What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Bachata Rockstar here. Got another educational Star Realms video. You guys seem to like these. I'm gonna keep doing them. Hope you're enjoying them. Hope you're enjoying the podcast too. All about Star Realms education here. That's the plan. Figure nobody else is doing it. Why not me? I know stuff. I'm pretty good. I think I'm alright. Anyway. Got another educational game for you, and some of it is base strategy, some of it is the value of healing, some of it is getting lucky and beating a guy who puts out 5 bases once and 3 bases 3 times or 4 times, something like that. But mostly it's about counter strategy, like how do you beat a base strategy, and sort of how do you do it on the fly. And that's kind of what this video is about. So let's take a look. Here we go. Alrighty. Hand 1. Fairly easy buy. I actually didn't want to get this trade hauler. I actually wanted this light cruiser because there's a battle barge out there too, and I figure I could have paired them. But I'm okay with the light cruiser because there is a Peacekeeper out here. And we all know how much I love Peacekeeper. Peacekeeper's Bay. Alrighty, so he drops 4, and then he buys the light cruiser, which I thought was a little odd. I think Battle Barge is a better card, and I think Needle Lancer is a better card. And he could have gone Needle Lancer, Light Cruiser later, Needle Lancer, Battle Barge later. Yeah, there's a lot to like. I get pretty darn lucky, and I get 5, so that's kind of nice. Which will allow me to get this Conversion Yard, which is the play. You want to start scrapping as early as you can. This is an excellent card. It gives you damage, it gives you scrap, it gives you face protection. Thumbs up. Yeah, I love Needle Lancer. Yeah, I love Battle Barge, but I'm okay with him having it if it means I get to control the scrap. And then my opponent buys the Command Center, which I think is probably the worst play out of these 3 cards here that he could afford. Well, 4 cards, but you're not buying Storage Silo. Yes, it gives you trade. And so maybe he's thinking I'll buy the Peacekeeper. But you can buy the Battle Barge and the Needle Lancer now. Needle Lancer and Light Cruiser combo. Oh, spectacular. Combine it with maybe a Battle Barge later. So good. So good. Now he's just giving me a chance here. I will pick up the Needle Lancer for sure. Seeing as I can't afford the Repair Mech. Now, if I had 4, would I buy the Repair Mech here? Probably. To try, getting 2 scraps above him is a good idea. But seeing as how I can't afford it, Needle Lancer is a fantastic card. But I might take Needle Lancer anyway, just to keep it away from him, because it's really, really, really powerful. And this is a fairly simple play for him. He's going to go Storage Silo, Fortress Oblivion, and he's basically tipped his hand. He's letting me know, okay, he's not actually going yellows, he's going base strategy. Fine. That's okay. I'll get the Peacekeeper, I'll let him do his thing. So, there is a bit of an issue here. The problem is, me getting the Peacekeeper means I can't scrap a card, which means his Command Center stays. So the question is, do I think Peacekeeper is good enough to let him keep a Command Center up and potentially get both of these cards? In hindsight, I would say no. I think I actually made a mistake here. As much as I love Peacekeeper, and you know I do, I think the correct play here is actually to buy the Battle Barge to keep it away from him since he's going bases. So this, I think, honestly, is a mistake on my part. It ends up working out, but you got to be aware of your opponent's deck while you're making your decisions. And I get lucky because... Oh, no, I don't. No, he buys Battle Barge. Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, God. Whew. All right. This guy doesn't really know how to do a base strategy. So we get pretty lucky here in this instance. He should have bought Battle Barge immediately. Repair Mech is, yes, okay, I take it back. Repair Mech is pretty good. Like, he kills a base, you can put a base back on top. That's quite good. But Battle Barge is much better. It's damage, for one thing. And then getting to play a base again is ridiculous. He lets me get it later on. Mistake. I mean, I think it is a mistake. It's closer than it might seem, but it's still a mistake. This card is just not very active. You know, it's just not killing your opponent here. This is an easy buy, Alliance Frigate. Yep. And he still doesn't buy Battle Barge. Oh, he can't afford it. Never mind. But this is good. See, now he gets a defense spot. He gets another yellow. So you see his strategy. He's going bases. He's going yellows. That's a strategy. It's a good strategy. It's fine. I'm going to counter with blues and yellows, and I'm going to steal bases from him. So here we get lucky. Go Builder Bot, Battle Barge. This is definitely the correct play. Get some scrap. Take away one of the best cards possible for his deck. All good moves. This is fine. He keeps buying bases. He puts his command center back on top. I think that's fine too. He's trying to get this Transit Nexus, or at least this Orbital Shuttle, or maybe this Parasite. Fine. That's a good play. I go ahead, get the Ravager. I'm just looking for damage. I need to kill him. I know for sure that he's going base strategy, so I'm just going to try to pile up the damage and try to shoot through his bases, and that's how I'm going to win. Hopefully he buys bases that are defensive, and then he'll just kind of try to sit back and protect himself, where I'll have enough damage to overcome that. Fingers crossed. That's the plan, at least. And then he drops shit. 3 bases and buys the Transit Nexus. That's unfortunate. Well, at least it can't get any worse, right? We scrap a base, we kill that, no problem. We buy a base to keep it away from him. I wanted to buy the Merc Cruiser, but I think keeping a base away from him is a good idea. And then he plays the Fortress of Oblivion. He scraps. Then he got... Jesus. Yeah. So, here's the 5 bases I was talking about. Some of you may be wondering, how the fuck did I win this game? You'll see. I'm surprised as you are, though. But, like I said, I'm already starting to try to counter it. I'm already thinking of, alright, he's got a base strategy. How do we counter it? We'll take bases away from him, so that way he has to go through bases, and then we'll just try to pile up damage and card draw and healing. You know, basically play a similar strategy, but more damage focused and more efficiency focused, because I think we'll be able to out-scrap him as well. So that's sort of the vectors I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win on damage, I'm trying to win on scrap, but also mitigate his base strategy. Obviously, I didn't do a very good job of mitigating his base strategy, but what are you going to do? Alrighty. Boom, boom, draw a card, scrap, kill stuff. Yep. Gotta kill the outpost, gotta kill the Transit Nexus. Not much you can do. So, here I make a little bit of a mistake as well. I fire for 1 damage, and then I buy. I should buy first, then fire later. Here's why. An event comes out, and then I get an Explorer that I can put in my hand, and that would have given me 3 damage, which would have allowed me to kill one of his bases. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. But you can sort of see what I'm trying to do here, right? Combo yellows, combo bases, Battle Barge, stuff like that. Maybe get 2 draws out of this. Oh, see, and now he puts the frickin' Transit Nexus on top. Kills my base. I don't know what he did there. Oh. Jesus. Oh, God, that's even worse. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. How do we win this game? Fuck. So, he's got 2 8-drop bases. No big deal. We can win this. So, I top-decked my Conversion Yard to scrap out my Scout to give me 4 more damage, and then will give me enough damage to kill these things. And still do pretty significant damage. 10 to his face. It's not bad. It's not bad. And now he's out of bases. And so here he gets a little unlucky. He doesn't kill my Conversion Yard for a while. I get to heal up some more. And then again, I forego a scrap, but this time it's to get a 7-drop base. So that's the other thing I'm trying to do, right? Like, I can't afford to let him get Imperial Palace. I'm fucked if he does. You know, card draws for him, discards for me. It's too good. It's too good. Plus, now I can start utilizing a base strategy. So, I think it's worth not having the scrap. Yeah. Yeah, that was not a bad turn for him. I mean, because at least he does get rid of my Conversion Yard. You know, he buys a base, and this time it's a blob base, so now he's aware. He knows, like, okay, I need to start killing him. I think that's fine. Not a bad turn. We get to scrap. We kill stuff. Oh, I bought a base. See, and I'm keeping bases away from him. Yellow bases are good for me. I got a lot. Oh, Lord, look at this turn. Another 3 base turn. See, but look what happens. He gets 3 bases out, but he doesn't even kill my bases. So now I get to do this. Oh, and I get really lucky to draw that. Healing and dealing. So now I can kill all his bases. I can still do damage to his face. I scrapped here to try to get a burrower, but it ends up not working out. But it's okay, because I get an extra 5 damage, so I can't complain too much. And then again, he plays 3 bases. This is the 3rd time he's had at least 3 bases. But also, look, he can't kill this unless he scraps the space. So we end up just keep coming out ahead. And I'm lucky in a sense that I get to compile enough damage to keep him on his toes. To keep his bases, for the most part, cleared out. You know, I've killed 5 bases, 3 bases, and 3 bases already. You know. And, you know, I mean, this is a pretty good turn. Like, Battleship's quite good. Gateship, I mean, is pretty good. He's about to cycle, so this is good. He gets another cycle card. He's got some damage. Transit Nexus is out. You know, like, this is all pretty good for him. Yeah. And then we forego a chance to scrap another card. Again, we, you know, said, okay, forget it. I'm just not going to scrap, but we're looking for the damage. We need to keep the pressure on here. Boom, boom, 21. Okay, and then here's a pretty fatal error. I don't think it ends up mattering. But Wormhole comes out, and he could have put the Transit Nexus into his hand, but he decides to draw a card instead, which ends up being a Scout. And so now these stay alive, and now I drop the fucking hammer on him. Boom. That's it. That's the game. So, what can we learn from this game? Paying attention to your opponent's deck is huge. Realizing what they're doing, figuring out a counter strategy is big. Also, hate buying or taking cards away from your opponent, really big too. You know, if he's going base strategy, one good way to counter base strategy is buy bases yourself. Because in all likelihood, he'll have a lot of protection, but not a lot of attack, and then you'll be able to set up your own wall, albeit not as big, but he won't be able to break through, whereas you will be able to acquire damage and break through. Another thing to think about is sort of like if you are going base strategy, there's a lot of cards now that accentuate a base strategy. The battle barges, the megamechs, the orbital shuttles, embassy yacht, right? You know, these cards that really accelerate a base strategy. If you see them, you got to buy them. Defense bot, you know. Don't let those cards go. You know, you got to snap them up right away. In fact, I made a mistake. I left Battle Barge out there for like 2 turns when he could have bought it, and he never did. I don't know if he cognitively knew that he was going base strategy at that point. And that's the other thing, too, is like being aware of your own plan, being aware of your own turn, and being like, all right, how am I going to win this game? Okay, I'm going to build a base strategy. So one of the ways that people screw up base strategy is they just don't get enough damage. And so that's what we did. We countered his strategy by taking away bases, but we also countered it by buying up really good, really solid damage. We scrapped down okay with the conversion yard, but notice we passed up scrapping twice to get 2 really strong cards. You know, the Imperial Palace and the Peacekeeper. So I'm not sure if buying the Peacekeeper was correct. I honestly think it was a mistake. But being aware of your own mistakes too is important. You know, I don't actually think he made that many mistakes, but he made one crucial one. Is just not really realizing what his strategy was. And then when he did realize what it was, he was buying too many defensive bases. You know, and therein lies the problem: is if your bases are too defensive, you're not winning the game. You're just extending the game. And when you get more turns, you really want to use those turns effectively. You want to use those turns to kill your opponent. There has to come a point in any defensive strategy, any sort of long game strategy, where you flip it around and say, all right, it's time for my opponent to die. Because if you don't kill them, they will slowly but surely kill you. Eventually, damage outstrips healing. So, that's the key. You got to remember, know your opponent's deck, have a plan for how to counter their deck, enact said plan, and then turn the corner when you get your first opportunity to do so. Start buying damage at some point early on, so that way you can keep attacking their life total and keep your pedal on the gas. Keep your foot on the pedal, excuse me. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Keep learning, keep rocking. At the Rockstar, we'll see you later.